Welcome to the Iceberg. In this video, we will be talking about serious topics.
Viewers' discretion is advised.
Number 1. Admin Slat aware of Pokezoo's bypassing end of hours for 4 years. It all started on June 16th, 2019. Slat and Pokezoo had maintained contact through multiple alternative accounts. The iceberg starts mellow, but it only gets deeper as we dive into the iceberg of Roleplayhub. It is rumored that Slat knew of Pokezoo's bypassing. It was later confirmed by him using certain skins that Pokezoo had used on his alternative accounts. That is all we know on this story.
March the 20th, 2020, Quan fell off his line and got mugged of a product bag at a local Nessa store. It was reported by 2 individuals that he was robbed for a bag that had 3 elf bars in it, a phone, and a Samsung backup phone. Quan had been caught at the Nessa local store after a long day at school. He was troubled by a group of people. Minutes after the confrontation, Quan decided to run from the individuals, but later to the date, they caught up to him and mugged him outside of the store, taking all of his possessions.
Number 3. The Mike Shot Z unfair senior admin promotion. It is not news to a lot that senior admins on school roleplay are corrupt, but the story that led to Mike Shot Z's promotion is truly worrying. Mike Shot Z allegedly duplicated a bag full of mobile devices in order to acquire his role as senior admin. This is truly based off speculation of many, including my dear friend CVKS. Nonetheless, this story deserves its place at the top of the iceberg.
Now, tune in, because we're getting deeper into the iceberg. This is where the real story commences. Number 4. A fellow senior admin named Green cracked into the Bycraft to make a 3D dildo package while senior admin, as he is experienced in coding and hacking into mainframes. Player Green took advantage of his power. He made a various range of dildos and placed them into the game files, as he had access to that back of day. He took advantage of his power once again and made it a hat item so people could wear them and run around the server and terrorize other players. At a later date, he was exposed for this, leading for him to evacuate from the server and clear his name.
Number 5. The well-known player Morden on Roleplayhub has been banned multiple times, but something many do not know of is that he faked his age a total of 7 times, going by multiple personalities in this making. He created his second alternate ego named Jacking Money, to which he used and abused many players on the server as a character named Malden. In an instance, in 2018, using this Malum persona under jacking money, he would rob. I Wash My Soap's business we will mention later in this video. Though Mortem is definitely not the worst on our list, he stays up there in the Iceberg. In this part, the tides get wavier as we deep dive further into the iceberg. We discover more of what happens behind the closed doors of Roleplayhub.
Number 6. At this specific part of the iceberg, we go to the part where Kelvin was being reported of picking his toenails in private calls and group chats on numerous occasions. A player named Infold, Bearvex, and Outfold was reported on numerous times of him picking his toenails. Cause, although it wasn't much of a problem, he only seemed to do it in private calls around females. This was reported by 3 different individuals along the community. This had shook them so much they parted off, separated their ways from the server. I have to apologize. That specific part shook me a little bit. This situation seemed to happen after his demotion from senior admin and him losing his commissioner role as a police officer.
Number 7. The incident in which Minus Tempo got paid 46 Canadian dollars by Kimi no Yuso to perform a live rap concert in OC1 of the Roleplayhub Discord server. Though pretty bland so far, this story takes a dark turn when Kimi no Yuso was revealed to have his penis out during the entirety of the chorus performed by Minus Tempo. The strange part in this story is that Minus Tempo has a music term in his username. This might be more than just speculations, but I think the two do not coincide, but were meant to be.
Number 8. On this specific article, we speak about player Attacker setting his profile picture to a gore picture of a female getting beheaded. This caused an abrupt situation in the community, leading to many people being distressed and being very upset about the senior admin at the time doing this. As once said, the player Attacker is a known sick human being. He has been caught in various communities distressing other people with gore videos and various pictures of people being beheaded. This is not a first, but definitely the last. The player Attacker has been arrested for 3 years of being a convicted pedophile.
As we're diving deeper in the depths of the water, we're starting to notice a pattern, a definite one, with Roleplayhub players being sick of mind. This ill-minded pathology within the school roleplay community has definitely caused even more harm. Number 9. In this instance, we will be talking about the disturbing tale that Eku and Fable partook in. The creation of a webtoon was a shock for many, including Robert, Suneater-chan, and many others in their friend group. But when it was revealed that Charles and Eku had collaborated on these sick stories, it was a demotivation for all to roleplay for weeks. The story begins when Charles sends a private message to Echo suggesting they create NSFW art of both of their Yakuza member characters partaking in violent acts of sexual crimes against each other with katanas and baseball bats. This incident really portrayed in bright light the disturbing mind of the roleplayer.
Number 2. This story begins with the Myriad Documents. The Myriad Documents was a short exposure of the details it kept inside of a Discord. Months later, it was exposed by a specific player in these said documents. It was exposure of Looper keeping kids held captive in the Myriad Tower. Although this story may not be real, it was definitely exposed by a group of people. These players of Myriad Tower were definitely saw as a threat of the community, as they were the sickest of them all. Although I do not feel comfortable exposing the data I have been told, the breached data is definitely not one to be said, as this video will definitely be monetized and reported and deleted. Several months after the data was breached, player Looper was arrested for 7 months in prison due to these crazy accusations. People he held accountable for what he has done, what terror he has caused to the youth of the community.
Number 11. Yamato was a beloved modeler for many, but for others, a darker story was to be told. Yamato joined the server in late 2015 and was a good friend of Ducking's and Ryanark. He would help create some of the unique models such as the peach trees that would later be remembered by many as a signature snack on school roleplay. The thing that bothered many and that boggled mine is that Yamato would create a model that was explicit to many and terrorized many players on the server. A 3D model of a dildo packaged for Sonic the Hedgehog was created. It was later revealed that Yamato was paid in Sonic NSFW art for this model in particular, but it was still added to the server, which remains one of the most disturbing memories that I have seen on Roleplayhub.
Number 12. As the story commences, we may say a respectful rest in peace to the player Vit, as this story was reported by a very close friend of his. Deeper into the Iceberg, the player named Vit went to an Icon concert, K-pop concert to be exact. Went on a stroll after a small little show. He had so much fun, decided to go on a journey to get some food. Later that day, he was reported dead as he choked on a corn dog at a local supermarket with a bunch of friends. Although the story may not be a joke, rest in peace to his soul as he was quite young.
Now, dive deep to the iceberg. Buckle your seatbelt, because we're about to get crazy in Tales of Roleplayhub. These stories are truly disturbing, but please keep that in mind. Number 12. The Looper sniffing picture of 666 God is Dead incident. This incident was really a shock to many in the staff team when it was uncovered that Looper was sniffing pictures of 666 God is Dead on his Huawei mobile device. It is believed that Looper, also known as Luke, is an ill-minded person that enjoys sniffing pictures of other men, company of the staff member on Roleplayhub.
Number 13. The Glock Incident. As we step into the Glock incident, we find that he joined a voice school on March the 12th, 2019, when the server wasn't as popular as it is today. He joined the call and turned on his camera and showed a picture of Tommy Shelby and Darth Maul. Later that night, it was reported he was jerking his dick to the picture, and the rest is history. Although we don't have the video anymore, as he deleted it and the file has been corrupted, but it still lays that he is a creepy old man.
Number 14. The Oliver and Candy Shawn situation. Many do not know about this incident that took place, but Candy Shawn paid Oliver for sexual favors, to which Oliver purchased a trailer home. In this trailer home, it is believed that Candy Shawn and Oliver had met up in 2020 after both being banned from the Roleplayhub community. What they did on that night is unknown to all, but is open to imagination.
Number 15. The Robert Paid Poi Incident. This story starts off with a player named Poi and a player named Robert. Robert paid Poi 15 Canadian dollars to show his penis in a voice call with two ex-admins. The ex-admins are Anya and Looper. At the time, they thought it was a subtle joke, but Poi was a 15-year-old innocent young boy. Robert, he was a little bit older. He is around the age of 20 today. At the time, he was 17, 18. This situation is very bone-chilling. Although we don't know what Looper and Anya were doing behind the scenes, but it was reported there was various moans.
Number 16. The Prosthetics and Tamagotchi online delivery service situation. It is known to very few that prosthetics actually order Tamagotchi Grubhub for the entirety of 6 months for free. This fact is truly disturbing and remains one of the most incomprehensible stories among the Iceberg.
Number 17. Amon asked Myriad ownership in exchange for free feet pics of Karu. This story is very weird and bone-chilling, as Amon has previous past with selling pictures of females on the internet. It is very creepy because he sold his girlfriend's feet pics for the price of $5.99 CAD. Although it was to feed himself, it was never a problem because she allowed him to do it. Although it was reported she did not allow him to send the feet pics around, as that was pretty personal to her. The comprehensiveness of this whole situation is bewildering me. I don't know really what to say, because this guy is a total creep, and he needs to be arrested for his crazy acts. Report this man immediately. If you see him on the street, jump him. Please do this. He is a creepy person.
Number 18. This story contains disturbing facts, so please, if you are easily bothered, skip this one. the player D. Demi asked 4 new African American players to do a dance move popularly known as twerking on camera in a one-to-one call in the Roleplayhub Discord. Why exactly this player asked them to do this is unknown, but remains a disturbing fact among the facts in the Iceberg.
Number 19. I wash my soap asking underage females to carve I wash soap in bars of soap. Although this one is pretty confusing on why he did this, but a later date was released that it was a sexual fantasy of his. He was later released from prison for grooming an online girl at the age of 13 and he was 22. This is very bone-chilling and very disgusting of him. His family was prosecuted and charged 1 year in prison for knowing what was happening and pushing him to do this. Apparently, he did it from his own will, but I don't believe that in the slightest, as he was asking females to carve I wash in bars of soap. This is very confusing and very, very eerie. Beware of this person. He lurks in the shadows below.
Number 20. A burning memory created a sex cult. On Roleplayhub, specifically on School Roleplay. When putting the facts together and knowing that the majority of the player base on School Roleplay come from TikTok and other online advertising, and that they are around the age range of 15 to 16. This is truly a disturbing fact, knowing that a burning memory was 36 when he did this. What he did in this cult is unknown to the open eye, but did result in him getting banned at a later date. What we can know for certain is that this situation is ultimately a creepy one and a disturbing one. A burning memory has not spoken out about it and has remained in the shadows ever since.
Number 21. This is where the iceberg gets deep, to the point where you cannot see the abyss. It was reported that ex-admin Prosthetics groomed Vixel in the back of a Slipknot concert. After their 6 months of dating, he faked his age, said that he was younger than he actually was. It was true that they went to a Slipknot concert in Canada. He paid for her flight. At the back of the show, he was groping her and touching her inappropriately for no given reason. Although this was a report made by a person of the community, we are not too sure if it's true, but Prosthetics was later banned for being a pedophile. So, you can do the judging, and we'll do the answering.
Number 22. The 4K Lemons phone call at 3:36 a.m. incident. The following incident remains in the memory engraved of many due to the fact that this mystery is truly creepy and disturbing. It is unknown if this is fact or an ARG produced by 4K Lemons. Nonetheless, the NYPD got involved in a house arrest and a raid in 2022. Was this correlated, or was this simply a coincidence? We do not know, but 4K Lemons will go down in memories of many as a creep for what happened at 3:36 a.m. on the night of December 26, 2019, right after Christmas, a phone call was produced by the cell number of a 13-year-old girl who was calling for K Lemons, and what happened is truly disturbing. We will leave you with a phone call.
For 911, where's your emergency?
This is Sandy. 221 Rock River Road.
What's the
Send
problem?
the police. Send the police.
What's the problem there?
The kids killed my friend.
What's the problem with your friend?
Oh,
After that last part, the phone call disappears and vanishes mysteriously. The police arrive on scene and find no trace of the woman.
Number 23. This story dates back to 2020 with a very weird player called Stealthy Hunter. He was quite older than the others. He was around 34. And in one specific call, he paid a person 40,000 yen to stab himself. Although this is a creepy thing to do, he stabbed himself in the pancreas. 2 weeks later, he was in hospital. It's pretty sad this happens to the community, and it's pretty sad people just pay people to do this. I'm not too sure if 40k in-game money is a lot, or 40k yen is a lot in the game. I'm just not too sure I would stab myself in the pancreas for that. Rest in peace to the boy that stabbed himself, and may Stealthy Hunter not get out of prison for what he has done. He was also convicted of being a pedophile in 2021. He lived in Albania and Russia at the same time. He swapped borders between the two, but his main home was in Russia. He had various pictures of him with younger females in Russia, and he has many items under his bed. Very creepy of him to do.
Number 24. The Codeine Smasher created the persona of Lean Overdose in the midst of a schizophrenic episode. This story contains subjects of mental health issues, so if you are easily bothered by such, please click away. Codeine Smasher, during a lean trip in which he poured codeine and promethazine, became high and had a schizophrenic episode. In this episode, he created an imaginary friend persona named Lean Overdose, with which he would have many friendships and a beef. This ultimately resulted in a creepy experience for other players, which left them terrorized by the Codeine Smasher schizophrenic episode.
Number 25. The Kelvin University incident. This incident is very creepy, as it is at the bottom of the iceberg. Kelvin was found out to change his university 7 different times to track down a player named Finn. It's very creepy that he did this, and it's very eerie. Kelvin stalked Finn to the point where he found his house and began taking pictures of Finn on the streets. This is just the start of his creepy little story. Kelvin fantasized of Finn. He also set his Discord status to various creepy things about Finn. It looks like the stalking started from minute 1. Although we don't know much on this situation, Kelvin is definitely the creepiest player of them all, as he has started from picking his feet in call, to stalking people, changing universities, to going to people's houses and staying outside. Finn reported Kelvin for a dark figure outside of his house at 2 a.m. in the morning. It was pretty creepy, but she knew it was him because he didn't have no shoes or socks on, and he put his feet on the gate of the door, scratching them constantly and constantly until the sun came up.
Number 26. The user TextUp45 and the rampage he caused on Kimi no Yuso's life and personal life. This story is truly disturbing for the many reasons that the user TextUp45 stalked and harassed Kimi until points where Kimi tried suicide 4 various times. This is serious and should not be replicated. The users of TextUp45 are very serious, and he, if found, would be convicted. What he did was show up at Kimi's door multiple times wearing an anonymous mask and terrorizing Kimi no Yuso into folding himself in a ball, as he said, to his ego. This story is truly disturbing, and I would not personally like to have this happen to me, so please offer your support to Kimi no Yuso as he perhaps needs it.
Number 27. The no-caller ID incident. It was found out that many players of the community were being called by a no-caller ID. No one thought anything of it, as it might be just a prank call. But no, it goes deeper than that. As we spoke before, the player Kelvin, Infolder and Bear Vexed, was calling people from a no-caller ID. On the other end of the phone call, he had his trousers down, jerking his dick to anyone that picked up the phone. It was exposed by somebody when they picked up and he forgot to mute the call. He was moaning the name of the person he was calling, and due to the fact he has a very distinctive voice, people knew it was him. The video surfaced of the community, but it got lately deleted because it caused so much distress to other people that he had called. Kelvin served apparently 24 hours in community service for this, but we are not not sure if this is true. He needs to go to prison for all of his weird acts. It was also reported by the London police for tracking down a minor in London. This man needs to be arrested. Kelvin Michaela needs to be arrested now.
Number 28, and the final one in the Iceberg. This story is insanely disturbing. Even I have thrown up multiple times listening to the tales that occurred on this night. Player British male, also known to many as British or Lucas, actually dressed up as a poodle and smeared tomato sauce all over his dog while partaking in sexual endeavors with his dog. This story is crazy, terrifying, and most likely illegal. We are not sure why British male did this, but it was believed that he was having a Benadryl overdose at the time that he did this. We are truly confused and shook by what he did. Rumors have it that player Chimovi or Rahman had forced him into doing this in exchange for 4 different tiger-backed skins.
This is not where the video ends, this is where the extras take part. Dan, the Valorant incident. Dan was caught in late 2020 grooming a female on Valorant, jerking his dick in voice chat to the model of Reina. It's very weird that he did this, but it's very creepy too. Another extra is Looper. Looper asked Anya to show him her Spider-Man boxers. Although this is very creepy, it came to a later date he was exposed for sending her dick pics for these pictures of these boxers.